life has been relating to a life of unlucky children over 20 years. Being brought happiness, smile, health and peace to those children is her greatest solace, and those children are too. Miss TIEU, the person they still call by mom, is their fountain of love, is whole for their misfortune and miserable childhood. However, there is few people know that childhood of the woman who has a beautiful name is the same them, even it is more lamentable than them. As soon as she was newborn, her parents got rid of her at the sidelines of life. From that day on, she was like a fledgling lost mother and had to cope with difficulties in her life. When she was 8 years old, she must wander about the streets, parks, to sell water, bread during every day, and slept at side work or in the market stall at night. Few years later, she roamed about country and had to work all hard and dangerous jobs to save her life. Day by day, her small and fragile body was washed away by full of thorns and pitfalls. She wished she had a simple and peaceful life as other people, but that never happens. She not only was beat by hooligans because of violating the areas, but also was raped by lascivious guys. Even more terribly, her foster father occasionally attempted to rape her. Suffering continues when villain guys and madams often force her to earn money for them by begging or cheating others. The more she tried to escape the black mud, the more she was tortured to exhaust both physically and mentally by them. That is all for her miserable childhood. Perhaps forever there will not have any medicine could heal the wounds inside her. Marvelously, despite being pushed down the bottom of the hell, her desire and ambition is not stamped out, whereas they are more intense than any time. Especially in spite of living in a world seemingly without love, she is still filled with a compassion for unfortunate children. It is admirable when she adopted a newborn baby abandoned, even if she could not take care of herself by the age of 16. Her first cute and pitiful daughter was named Huỳnh Anh Đào and received all love from her. Not only Anh Đào, but also abandoned children in a park or a hospital, she also brought them to nourish. Gradually, the young mother Huỳnh Tiểu Hương had a dozen of adopted children. Although she did not know how to feed them, she still used her arms to protect them. More than anyone, she understood that if she did not do that, then their life will be buried and put out like her. She did various businesses, such as doing worker, washing cars, selling drink, selling coffee, to earn money to feed their children. The knowledge and love is the most valuable capital that she brings to her children. Thanks to her upbringing, they are all obedient, polite children. The pieces of hard lives that have met, loved, and linked them together into a family. Living with children, caring, and upbringing of children can help her forget difficulties and challenges in front of her eyes. It is said that one good turn deserves another, and there are moments in her life she thinks too. Witnessing TIEU's hard life, a Taiwanese businessman named Wang Zhaolai tried to help her by adopting her as a foster child. Farewell to the days of miserable life, he brought to her and her daughter a better life. Thought that her life was returned to a new period, but misfortune has not yet disengaged her. Then, unexpectedly, one day Zhao embraced her in his arms. She realized Zhao's kindness had an ulterior motive. Passing through many hardships, a little foolish girl TIEU was old enough to realize she was extremely being abused and exploited. Many times she was going to jump into the Saigon River to release from hard life, and that her suicide did awake him, so he decided to offset her pain, her loss, for a fraction of his fortune by giving her 20 gold trees, and he promised to run away this place. Above all, TIEU understands that there are no gold and jewels on the planet could be exchanged of honor, dignity, and damage he caused to her, but she still got his compensation. She thought that it was not for herself, but for the miserable children. Many people advised her to use that money to take care of herself, but the cries of the abandoned children, the sound of earnest supplication of the rejected old man, urged her to enter the charity. In addition, to help the wounded homeless children to sell newspapers, ice cream, so the remainder of money was used to buy a house where her children see it as an accommodation. From now on, her house became a reliable and safe place for the unfortunate lives. They were eaten, relaxed, cared carefully, and welcomed closely when they were here. She is willing to bathing and washing, cleaning wounds, or cooking for them by herself. Before her sweetness and kindness, they feel to be comforted. The lack of family love has made her more cherished and treasures them. In other words, they have added to her lack of love with her. However, her dream is not over there. She wants a larger area to build a dream house for orphan, homeless, disabled, lonely people, etc. The house will have the literacy and vocation classes, have a great